Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another video. Everything should be good now. I actually had to redo this video a couple times. I didn't get really far in the video, like a few seconds but I had to do this is like the third time doing this. Because either I was showing off the results screen, for the scoring wise, or I didn't delete the other one and all that, so I'm trying to make this video as good as possible. I will say, though, I did kind of mess up something, so the score will actually match up with the, the rating I will give the streaming service here. Because in this video, I'm actually going to be reviewing YouTube. Yep, I went from reviewing Disney+, Hulu, Paramount, Max, and Facebook. I don't know if I did Twitter or not yet. But I did that, and I probably did some other ones too. And now I'm gonna be doing YouTube. Yep, YouTube here. I figured I might as well review YouTube as well. And YouTube is one of those platforms that's actually been around for a long time. I think it's actually older than Facebook, I think. Now, there was something, before Facebook, but Facebook is, I think, was made afterwards. I don't know if I'll be able to review that one, because I don't really know much about that platform, but I don't even remember the name of it. But yes, in this video, we're going to be doing YouTube, which I wanted to get done last year, because, not last year, I mean last month, but I didn't get it done last month because of my arm. Well, I think I was going to get it done. No, I think it was in February. It was either the end of January or February I decided to do this, but I messed my arm up and couldn't do that. But now that I'm actually back here, I figured, and my arm's all better, now I can go ahead and talk about this. But if you guys haven't already, speaking of YouTube, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. You guys can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, speaking of that too, Twitter and all that. I don't think I reviewed Instagram yet either, but those videos will come down the road. I probably won't review them anytime soon, because I was actually going back and forth with this or Twitch, but I think I kind of want to review YouTube first, and then do Twitch next. So, let's go ahead and actually get into this. Let's talk about YouTube. So YouTube's been around for a long time, like I said, as you guys see up here. It says February 14th, 2005, which, by the way, is Valentine's Day. I believe Valentine's Day is always on the 14th. I don't know if it was back in 2005. I could be wrong, but I think it was. I was going to, preschool and all that around that time, but I don't remember, if it was on that day. I didn't really pay attention, to that, because I was learning the days of the week and all that, so I didn't pay attention to that, But the fact that, again, this is kind of what we had here and all that is definitely very, very crazy, but basically in February and all that, which is, again, is funny enough, it's Valentine's Day and all that is when it came out. What's even more ironic and funny is actually, it was originally going to be like a dating hookup app. As you see, it was TuneIn/hookup. I think was the two names for it. I don't know. Or maybe it was one and then it became the other. I don't know. I saw the comment things or, and all under, basically the comments, that were separating the words. So I assume that's what it means, but I don't know. But that's really crazy, though, that it used to be actually a hookup, place, and then it became, a place where people made videos down the road. I will say, personally, I would definitely not, recommend, maybe some people, I'm not saying I would, but maybe some people might like to hook up with people, but if you're actually going to date somebody, I would probably recommend just, like, going and meeting somebody in person, you know? That way you actually know the person better than just going off online, you know? Because then, you know, you gotta deal with all that, but there are people out there, too, that, like to be with multiple different people and all that, too, you know? I forgot what they kind of call those people, like, they hook up with, they don't really have a relationship with somebody, they just hook up with a lot of people, you know, but I'm just saying it'd probably be better off just not dealing with that, but I don't know, but it's just kind of funny, too, that I said it was made in February and all that, and this was a hookup app, you know, because, again, you know, that's known for Valentine's Day is known for, you know, I mean, it could be for friends, too, and I think family, but mostly, you know, it's usually for dating and all that, too. You date somebody, you know, but it can be just friends, too, it can, but yeah, this is what we got here with YouTube and all that, so I just can't believe it's been around that long. Also, it's actually kind of nice out, too, so I figured I'd do this outside. It's too hot in the car to do it. Yeah, and we actually were in some fire warnings, like some wildfire warnings, which is kind of rare in Missouri. I mean, I think we've had some before, but not very common like California. But people have been kind of putting water down there and all that with, to kind of keep them down and all that, but still, couldn't really do anything out in the woods out here, because I don't have a long enough hose to be watering the woods out, because I thought about that, because I'm like, you know, like, I don't want to, if we have a wildfire break out in our woods, I don't want to deal with, you know, it catching the grass on fire and catching our house on fire, you know. So I actually thought about that, but I don't really have a long enough hose to do that right now. I'm actually wanting to get me another hose, but I don't have one right now. But that said, though, yeah, they're pretty, that shows that even in Missouri you can get them, too, you know, so you gotta be very careful there, but, you know, because if it gets too dry, it can, you know, cause that, but I don't know about if it can happen in cold areas, like if it doesn't snow enough or rains enough, but it can happen here, apparently, so, you know, you just don't hear about it much, but yeah, that's kind of the problem there, but yeah, it was very hot today. It was like in the 80s, and then tomorrow it's gonna get into like the 30s. I think we're gonna be calling for snow, which is very crazy. I'm like it's gonna go from like, you know, the 50s to the 30s. You know, that's really crazy. But that's like a 50-degree drop. Now, to be fair, that's not in one day. I mean, I guess it could be in like 24 hours, but usually it'll drop to like 30 or like sometimes 40, but usually like 30-degree drops in like one day, you know, but in Missouri, but usually it doesn't go like that far in like less than 24 hours, but it can do that in like 24 hours or so. It can do that, but usually very rarely, but we did have some of that kind of like in July last year. It got actually in the 60s, you know, usually it's in the 80s, it got in the 60s because it was raining and all, it cooled down a lot, so that's really crazy how that can happen too, but, I don't know, the weather's all kinds of weird and all that, but I'm not here to kind of talk about the weather, I'm actually here to talk about YouTube, so let's talk about YouTube. So YouTube, as I stated, you know, like I stated, you know, a couple of times, it's a very old platform. It's been around for a while. It got very popular. I mean, a lot of people have posted, like, Let's Plays on it. People have posted, like, reviews, reactions. You know, people have talked about news-related stuff on there. All sorts of stuff. And some people have actually made their own stuff, too. Their own, like, little cartoons and all that. Like, we had Annoying Orange, which I guess technically wasn't a cartoon, but it was, you know, it was content that made money and all that, so it eventually had its own show. You know, then we have Dorkly and all that, which I don't think it ever got picked up by anybody, but, you know, we had a lot of these shows and all, but a lot of this stuff kind of was in the earlier 2000s. I mean, we still get some now, but that content was made early on. I think it's starting to pick up again because in today's world, going to Hollywood and something and all that to like make cartoons, it's getting harder and harder to do. So people are kind of just making their own stuff on the platform. So that's kind of nice and all that. That we have YouTube and all that for that. However, I'm gonna say this. If you guys think I'm gonna praise YouTube, honestly, I'm gonna say right now, this platform has gone to hell. Like, this platform has actually gone to hell. Like, it has literally gone to hell. I think that whole red logo fits this, platform very well, because it's literally gone to hell. I guess technically, if you think about it, fire's more orange and red. I guess it's got a little red in there, but it's more orange. But still, a lot of people prefer the color red as evil. Not always, but a lot of times, in cartoons and all that, red is considered evil. But that's basically what happened. That's what happened. This platform basically went to hell. See, back in the day, it was owned by these two people and all that. They sold it to Google and all that, and Google took over it. And for a while there, it was actually very good. People were still making content on there and able to do a lot of stuff. But unfortunately, by 2010s, shit went really, really far with this platform. It went way too far, and things started getting bad. The censorship has gotten bad. The censorship's gotten bad on it. The whole part of making content has gotten bad with copywriting and all that. It's all gotten bad. Like, it's all gotten really bad. So this whole platform has gotten really bad here. Also, I forgot the dog was inside. I was actually gonna let him out. I'll let him out afterwards here. Because I don't know how bad the wind's gonna be tonight, so I figured I'll let him out. Because I don't want any trees falling on him or something, but he's in there. He's playing with this toy and all that. But yeah, this platform has gotten bad. Heck, I actually have crap written on here. I have I've got seven bad things and 2 good. Now that said, though, there probably is some more good stuff I could think of, but the fact is that there are 7 bad things is really bad. Like, that is not good for this platform. And as somebody who's a content creator myself, I think I have the will to actually tell you guys how bad some of this has gotten. But I'm gonna go ahead and kind of go in, each category myself, and then kind of talk about it, because that way I can keep up with it. Because I mentioned some of this stuff, but I want to kind of, go down here and all that, so that way I can keep up with this. Because there's a lot to talk about. First, we're going to talk about something I actually didn't bring up yet, and that is the ads. My God, the ads on YouTube are fucking awful. Like, they are awful. I'm sorry, but these ads are awful. Like, they are awful. So, you know how, like, back in the day, we had cable and all that, we had ads and all that, like, usually these ads would play, like, usually at the end of an episode, so you would have, like, 11-minute breaks, or something like that. Well, YouTube plays ads, like, every 3 to 4 minutes. There are ads freaking constantly. And these ads suck. They suck. They throw a bunch of them at you, and they're not really long enough to freaking advertise anything, And I mean, if they were longer, or they played like a couple, I don't want the ads to be longer, because personally, because then, that means that we're going to be playing this every 4 minutes, but I wouldn't care if they were like 2 minutes long, if they would freaking play at the end of a video, or something like that. The problem is, though, is they play every 3 to 4 minutes, and a lot of videos on YouTube are not always long enough for these ads. So I feel like there should be, like, a limited amount of videos, like, that can have ads, you know, like maybe gotta be a certain length or something, because that's really annoying. That's really freaking annoying. Like, I cannot stand these damn ads. Oh, you can get rid of them. You can get rid of the ads. But you're gonna have to pay YouTube, like, almost $15 just to get fucking rid of the ads. I'm like, that's bullshit. I'm sorry, that is just bullshit. You know, I'm like, why am I having to pay YouTube this much money to make, you know, get rid of ads? I actually did talk about that on my ad description stuff. I did talk about that. Forgot to bring that up, early, like, when I was talking about it. But, yeah, I like, you know, I talked about the streaming services I reviewed. I did talk about that. But you don't get a lot for it. You basically, I mean, even then, like, paying $15, I mean, I feel like that's way too much. Even if you got more with it, I feel like it wouldn't be enough and all that. Like, it's just stupid. Like, why do they need this to rip people off like this? You know, I don't get it. They gotta throw all these ads at us, and then they gotta do this and all that. And like I said, the ads aren't very good. The ads are not, like, themselves that play are not long enough to promote anything, so you're just watching that stuff for, like, they just advertise stupid stuff. And like I said, I don't want the ad breaks to be long themselves, but for the ads, I feel like they should be longer, you know, like, not the run time for the ads, like, you know, the breaks themselves, but you know what I mean, like the actual ads, like the ones, like, you know, that you advertise something. So, like, let's say, like you want to see an advertisement for, I don't know, like, Burger King or something, you know, like, you know, I don't want a freaking short video and all that of Burger King, because it's too short and all that, and then you can't, like, I mean, actually, the Burger King and the fast food ones are not usually too bad, but a lot of the other ads are definitely really bad. They're definitely, like, bad, and some of them, I'm actually not even seeing a lot of, like, ads for a lot of places either, so I'm like, it would be kind of cool to, like, pick your own ads, what you want, like, have, like, YouTube ask you questions and all that. Which, by the way, they do, like, randomly sometimes these questions will pop up and they'll play music. I actually haven't been getting a lot of those lately, but I'm like, these questions are also very stupid and they don't make any sense. Like, why is YouTube asking me this stuff? Like, I mean, I maybe it could be part of the ads, but some of it just doesn't feel like they're talking about that. Like, they'll talk about random stuff, so it's just so weird. Like, I don't understand that, but yeah, the ads are very hard to deal with, and that kind of hurts the platform for content creators, because they gotta deal with this stuff when people watch their videos. You gotta have them play all the damn time. And then let's see what else we got here. What else? Oh yeah, the comments too. The comments, you got the whole comment stuff, you know. So, you know, on YouTube you can make comments, you know, on people's videos and all that. But they have gotten really bad, too. One thing I want to talk about is, I actually wrote this down. I don't know if I talked about the other part of the comments, but I want to talk about this first, because I wrote that down. About the whole kid content. If the stuff's made for kids, YouTube will turn it off. It's so stupid. I know, because I had some videos set for kids, and they freaking turned it off. They turned off the damn comments. You know? So I kind of just went back and just turned them back on and all that. But, I mean, I guess you can still do that, but it's still stupid. I had the same thing with this Family Guy review I did, too. Like I'm like, it's a fucking adult show. The video's not meant for kids, and they fucking turn it off. It's so damn stupid. Speaking of comments, this is something else I want to bring up, too, with the whole comment thing. You know, I got the whole thing when I talked about the kid stuff and all that. They're also, like, out there, like, censoring people's comments people make, too. Yeah, like, I've been noticing comments are randomly disappearing. Hell, I had somebody, you know, comment on one of my stuff I mentioned, because I think it was, like, a Family Guy video, I think is what it was. My comments randomly got deleted, and even the person pointed that out and doesn't know why that happened. And I'm not the only one. Other people are having problems too. Because this person was talking about how this voice actor for this Down syndrome girl who who played this character on Family Guy, one of the episodes, passed away, and I was like, that's sad and all that, because I didn't know she died and all that, and I wasn't being disrespectful or anything. YouTube's like, nope, took the comments down. This has been happening on, like, YouTubers like Vil Skyping, I watch his content. I mean, if you have a disagreement, either the comments don't feel like they get recognized very well, or they'll bury them in the comments and all that. I notice nobody sees them, or they'll get fucking deleted. Like, they've been getting deleted lately. That's been happening for a while, where the comments will I'll make comments on something, and post my own opinion, Like I said, I don't trash on people. I'm just, like, making my own opinion here. And YouTube will, like, take the damn, they'll bury the comments so nobody sees them, it feels like. I could be wrong on that one, but the fact is that they're also deleting them too, shows how bad it is. And also the whole political bullshit too, they, like, if you call out something or say something that that's stupid, they'll fucking do that. They'll literally, take that stuff down. Yeah, they did that with, I was talking about Biden and all that. Like, I was bringing up a good point that Biden was not capable of running in office. Because he wasn't. I will say that. I don't like Donald Trump either. I think Donald Trump's I'm going to say that. Like, I don't get too political on my channel, but, I will mention that. And I voted for Donald Trump, but I don't really care for the guy too much. I kind of rather have had him than Kamala Harris, I'm just saying, because I actually thought she was going to win, because of all this crap going on, but no, he actually won. The thing is, though, is, like I pointed out, because people are out there trashing on Donald Trump, how he needs to be impeached and all that, and I'm like, we have Biden in office that can barely finish a sentence, is constantly falling asleep, can't focus very well, and all that, and I'm like, if you point that stuff out, your comments get taken down. It's so stupid. I even got video proof of it too. I video proofed it too. I screen recorded it. So I literally have video proof of this crap. It's so stupid. I'm like, that's technically against that should be against the law there. And the fact that these platforms get away with this stuff, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And, I mean, again, people can have their own opinion, but I'm like, the fact is that they do that, but then other people literally go in and trash on other people. I've had people, say fuck you to Elon Musk, and his comments, their comments don't get taken down, or they talk about kicking him in the, balls. I'm like, that's like harassment there, and they don't get their stuff taken down, but it's just stupid. Like, I'm sorry, it's stupid. And I even made a video, I made a video on, a different person here, I talked about his video, how he's, like, reading comments and all that, and kind of agreeing with people that they can't, that they're not allowed to be friends with people, like, that vote a different way, and that's not true, and all that, and his video doesn't get taken down either, well, I reported it, but I don't know if it actually got taken down or not, but that just tells you again, how bad this stuff's gotten, like what happened to having, your free right, and all that, what happened to all that? I just don't like that, and like, if you say some of this stuff, they'll either censor your comments or they'll take that down. Even my opinion, I made up my opinion on the whole mask thing on my videos, and they freaking shut the damn comments off. They didn't flag the video, but they shut the comments off because YouTube does that. And I'm like, that's supposed to be the creator's decision, not the YouTube's. So, the fact that they did that is very selfish and stupid, But I feel like I'm kind of talking about the comments a lot, but that's the problem. The comments that's what makes, YouTube, that's one of the big things that makes them so great, well, at least back in the day, was the comments, You can make your own opinion, you can talk about stuff you grew up with, like I said, some of the kid videos, like Starfall and all that, and some people may turn the videos off, but a lot of them don't do that. They've even reported that they don't do that, and YouTube just does it anyway. Heck, people literally have to, like, sometimes make their videos, and, like, to where it's not made for kids, like, by saying stuff in it, so YouTube doesn't flag their videos. Like, you shouldn't have to do that. So the whole thing is just stupid. I'm sorry, but it is just stupid. And now I'm going to talk about another problem I have with the copyright, the copyright stuff too on the platform. Don't worry, I will get to the good stuff, but there's a lot of bad stuff I want to talk about, so I want to get it out of the way first. I talked about the copyright stuff, I brought it up a little bit and all that, and yeah, the copyright stuff is really bad on this platform. It is freaking bad. Now, this though is not, it's not all YouTube's fault. It's not all their fault. Some of it, is the studios and all that too, that do this stuff. But a lot of times, though, the copyright crap is so bad on this platform. Like, I've heard people have gotten their videos taken down because they showed something, off by accident or something. And that's the problem. They will take down your videos. I've had that happen too. I've had a few of my videos that have gotten, blocked or something, because of that, which is so stupid. I even complained about that before because it's gotten so bad. And I'm like, it's not all their fault because it's the studios too. But still, they need to be up there and all that, like helping their audience out, because again, that's gonna take people off the platform. You're gonna shoo people off and make them go to a different platform because of this stuff. In fact, people are actually posting videos on other platforms. I've been seeing them on Facebook and all that. I've seen on YouTube because it's gotten so bad. Now, some of this stuff I can get why, like, people have made Family Guy videos and all that have gotten copyright. Well, actually, no, wait, no, they actually have not copyright claimed these Family Guy videos. But they have done people who have done reviews. They've copyright claimed those. So that doesn't make any sense why they don't copyright claim the short videos that actually show actual episodes, but they'll copyright claim the other stuff. It's just so stupid. Like, again, that's how broken the copyright system is on there, like I even done a trailer too. I've done a trailer reaction too, and to like the Nintendo, not a trailer reaction, I did a reaction to Nintendo Direct. Was it Nintendo Direct or was it E3? I can't remember. They copyright claimed it, but other people have made it and it's just fine. And that's pretty much how it is. It's like they'll copy. It's not just me. It's like they'll do this with anybody. They'll just randomly pick certain videos and all that and copyright claim them. It's so stupid. It takes the fun out of the platform when people do this stuff. Like, I do not like that, and this is probably why, again, people are going to other platforms, too, because of this stuff. But, honestly, the copyright system probably is not the best on other platforms, either. But I don't know if it's as bad as it is on YouTube here. But it's pretty bad. Oh, yeah, I also talked about the whole censor thing. But I had not actually talked about the creator part yet. So you guys have YouTube creators and all that. Now, they actually are going out of their way now and making creators censor themselves for YouTube Kids and all that. Well, for kid audiences. But I'm like, there's a freaking YouTube Kids app. So why the hell are you guys going after these other creators because they're fucking not for kids? Because they give you an option for that. So I'm like, why do you even have an option if they're gonna do this stuff? But yeah, they'll do this. They're literally making people go out there and censor, content and all that on their videos, like cuss words and all that. They're starting to do that. They haven't done that with me yet, but they're starting to do it. Because of how bad it's gotten, and all that. And I'm like, again, they have their videos probably set for, non-kids, and yet we have this. That's what's so stupid. And the thing is, too, if you set the whole thing to non-kids, you're gonna possibly lose your comments anyway, because that's what happened to me. Like I said before, I lost my comments. So you literally can't win no matter what you do. Your videos are gonna get censored no matter what you do. And that's bullshit. And I know people have pointed this out, which, is a true fact. That, if you watch, like, Family Guy or something, like, older Family Guy and all that, if you notice, like, on DVD, the stuff's not censored as bad, but on TV it was, and streaming, which is true. It's true. But that's what was so great about YouTube. They didn't go out of their way to do this stuff. Now they're doing this stuff all the time, and it's really, really affecting people. And again, I don't want to deal with this stuff. Like, I don't want to, like, watch videos and have to blur out their words and stuff because of something stupid like this. It's ridiculous. You know, it's ridiculous. And I'm like, and again, it's like because they don't want kids watching the stuff, you know, like, and getting, you know, bad ideas. But I'm like, again, like, you have a YouTube Kids thing. Why does it matter? And they're not the only ones that did this stuff. I talked about on Valentine's, I don't know if it was Valentine's Day itself or not, I can't remember, but I talked about this. I was doing making AI stuff, you know, for YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, yeah, not YouTube, I mean, for DaVinci art, and they actually will not let you do nudity and all that, so you can't have nudity, like, you know, photos of male or female characters, because it violates their stuff. But I'm like, it's not like a dating app, but it's supposed to be to make cartoon characters and all that, and, you know, it's not like a dating app, but, you know, it's like, you know, for that kind of stuff, you know, like, and they do that stuff. I'm sorry, but it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't understand why they do this stuff all the time. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like again, but that's the problem too. A lot of the stuff's getting censored heavily and all that. And I'm like kids are gonna grow up and they're not gonna be able to handle this stuff in the real world, and that's the problem. And I'm just like I said, YouTube's not an only one. Like I said, I told you guys the whole, like, AI thing and all that. They'll do that stuff too. They'll do this kind of stuff, and it's ridiculous. Like I said, it's ridiculous. It makes no sense. Like, I don't know why they do that stuff, but they do. And like I said, it's going to take away your audience, because your audience is going to not want this stuff, you know? I mean, personally, in my opinion, I don't plan on ever dating anybody, but I'm actually using that, you know, that stuff to actually, you know, create my own, you know, art and all that. I don't like using AI too much, but a lot of that stuff costs money, and I don't have the money right now to be doing that stuff, so that's kind of why I'm doing that. But it's ridiculous. I'm sorry, but it is just ridiculous. But let's see what else we got down here. I thought there was a 5 on here, too. Okay, well, yeah, here we go. Yeah, there was a 5th one, and I have it I had the 5 too close there. Okay, the next one I want to point out is when you move to other videos in a playlist, it will push. Yeah, this is one of those I kind of was not thinking about, but yeah, it's true. Like, if you go, like, let's say on the TV or something, you get your playlist and all that. But if you go to, like, move it over, a lot of times the videos will, like, push you back at the beginning. So, like, you have to, like, move back to the spot you were at. It's so stupid and annoying. Like, I don't know why the hell they do that either, but they do. They'll, like, and that's not the only thing. I don't think I wrote this one down, but, like, YouTube over time has updated their actual menu, you know, their main menu. So when you go outside and all that, like, when you go outside, I'm not gonna go outside, when you go, like, I'm actually gonna go ahead and let the chef out real quick, hang on a second. Alright, sorry, I had to let him inside because, yeah, I had to let him outside because, he's making kind of a lot of noise in there, so. But yeah, I was gonna say this, I was talking about the whole, like, menu and all, because a lot of times platforms will, like, update their menus over a time, their main menus. You know, like, where you kind of go to look for videos. YouTube did that too. What they did, though, is they moved the search bar and all the way on the other side. I mean, on the phone, it's still easy to access. But, like, if you're scrolling for videos, trying to find, you know, recommendations and all that, like, it'll like, make you go all the way to the other side just to do that. And I'm like, I kind of wish it was still at the top, like, on the phone. But a lot like the platforms on like the Switch and the PlayStation and all that, they don't do that anymore. So you're like forced to go all the way on the other side. I'm like, why is it all the way on the other side? Why can't you just go to the top? Like I don't get why that's a problem, but it makes looking for recommendations more annoying. But yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that's just annoying there. But yeah, I'm like, it's kind of like this with the like going through the subscribers and all that too. Like I'm looking for subscribers and all that to like watch videos. Like I go all the way to the bottom, but sometimes if I'm looking through their channel and all that, and I go out, it'll kick me out and put me all the way at the top again. It's so stupid and annoying, and I don't like it. But let's see what else we got here. Trust me, we're almost done here. We're almost done. Also, oh yeah, I want to point this out too. About YouTube's new intro. So well, this kind of goes with a lot of platforms like Netflix and Hulu too. But if you go into their platform, their intro kind of sucks. Like it just sounds. It kind of sucks. It just sounds like it just sounds kind of simple and all that now, but back in the day, YouTube used to have its own little cool intro logo. Not now, again, like I said before, now it kind of sucks. It doesn't sound as good. But Netflix and Hulu are the same way too. Like they simplify the sound, so it sounds it kind of sucks a bit. But I figured I'd bring that up because it's kind of another thing I don't like about it either. And now we've got ourselves, we got one more, it looks like here. This is another one that actually affects me personally. I don't know about other people, but it affects me. But when I make videos or like thumbnails for videos, I hate how it also zooms in really far, so sometimes I have to redo the thumbnails, or I'm kind of stuck like this because you gotta deal with that and all. It's really annoying, and I don't understand why it does that, but it does. But yeah, I make thumbnails on my channel and all that, and a lot of times they zoom in too much, so I have to refix them and all that, and I'm like, why can't they just let me zoom out or something? Let me zoom in more, but I'm like, why not let me zoom out? Why not give me that option? I don't understand why that's a problem. But, I don't know, that's pretty much all the bad stuff. But there are a lot of bad stuff here. A lot of bad stuff. But now let's talk about the good stuff here. So you can still make money on the platform. Yeah, you can still make money on the platform. You can actually make your own videos, make your own, videos. You can make money off of it. You can. I don't know how much you can make, but I actually can promote my videos now. But I still don't have a big enough audience to promote them, so I don't really promote them yet. But I'm gonna start doing that here in the future. I probably won't do like a monthly thing where like other YouTubers do, because I don't really like that too much. Where I gotta wait about a month for a video. But I won't mind selling some merchandise, but yeah, that's something they kind of do there. Also, we also have you can go back to the older videos. Yeah, most of the videos, you can I have all these subscribers, and a lot of them don't upload anymore, but you can still go back and watch a lot of their older stuff still. So YouTube has not been deleting a lot of stuff. But they have been kind of censoring a lot of the stuff too and all that, and it's been kind of becoming a pain. But you can still go back through all that older stuff and do that too, which is really nice. I like that. I like that a lot. It's actually very useful there. So if you want to go back and watch older stuff, you can. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's really positive about the platform. Well, I guess you can still, like I talked about the merchandise thing, you could probably still sell merchandise on there very well. I mean, well, I said probably, because I'm not sure how that works anymore, but I think you could probably still do that. I know you can, like, you can still make cartoons and stuff on the platform. People are still doing it. Unfortunately, that's kind of where we're having, unfortunately, that's kind of all the really positive things, which would be like, what, 4 or 5 things I think I mentioned. Everything else about the platform really sucks. And that, all this stuff here, like removing the comments and censoring people's videos, really takes away the videos. It does. It really takes away the videos. Also, hang on, there's a car coming here. Alright, I had to make sure he wasn't going to take off on one of the cars there. I should have probably put him on this chain, but I think, I mean, I'm not going to be much longer on this video here, but it's alright. But I was trying to say, though, is, what the whole, censorship and all that, like the censorship, removing comments, and all that, and a lot of, and like the ads, pretty much just take away a lot of the fun on YouTube here. It takes a lot of the fun away. It really hurts the platform. I'm gonna have to give this one a meh. And 43 points. Yep. This platform is barely escaping the bad territory. It's gotten that bad. Like, it's gotten that bad. Honestly, though, I hate that. I hate how it's gotten this bad, but it really has. Like, you don't have as much free will as you once did, and all that, and it really sucks. And some of this stuff, like the whole YouTube Kids thing and all that, is from parents complaining about their kids watching some of these stupid videos, like, we had, like, Elsa getting pregnant, with, I don't even know who that even was, but yeah, we had, like, Elsa getting pregnant with some, like, I think with Spider-Man or something, I don't know, I've seen those videos, they were kind of stupid and all that, and then, between that and then, like, some of this other stuff, like, that makes it look like kids' content and all that, it really hurt this platform. But it's not fair that, like, again, we're affected by it too, when, again, they have a whole thing for, for people to make their own content for, like, and set it for kids or adults. So it can be recommended. But then they do this shit, and it makes it worse. Not to mention, like I said, the whole ad thing, it's really bad on the platform. A lot of people are leaving the platform. A lot of people are either leaving it and going somewhere else, or people are just leaving the platform and just done with making videos in general. So I'm like, that's the problem, I'm like, you're gonna eventually screw up so bad that, your money makers, aka the content creators, are gonna leave the platform, and they're not gonna have any videos on for people to make. I mean, sure, you can make AI stuff, but I'm like, that's not gonna do you any good. I'm like, AI's not smart like a human, and even if it were smart like a human, it probably wouldn't be dealing with this bullshit either. I'm like, and even if it was, I mean, going and censoring crap like this, it's just making people not want to go to your platform. That's the problem. This platform has gotten really bad. Like, it's really bad, Like, it's really sad, but it's true. This platform is just awful. Like, it's just awful. Like, it's probably one of the worst, platforms out there. Like, it's gotten so bad. But, I mean, again, you can still go back and watch older videos, like I said, and all that, and you can still make money. But at this point, I'm like, it's getting so much harder for people to, like, make content because of how strict everything was. Basically, YouTube's kind of become the it has become kind of the Disney of streaming. It has. Disney's out there, like, trying to censor everything and all that, and, although they've been kind of course correcting a little bit. I mean, it feels as though like they're only following one side, and not just like making their own content. But creators are fed up with it. People are leaving, and all that, and that's the problem. There's other platforms too people can go on too besides YouTube. Now YouTube is probably the main one right now, but like we have like TikTok, we have X, we have Instagram. Well, I guess TikTok's probably not the best example because TikTok you can still only make up to 10-minute videos. But like we have X. I mean, X you gotta pay the platform every month to like make long videos is what I was reading about, but I'm like paying money and all that would be a lot better than like what we're dealing with right now. I mean, YouTube is still free, but you gotta deal with all this other stuff, and it's ridiculous. Like I don't understand why they are going this route. People are fed up with it. Like if you go see the reviews online on Google, if you go on the reviews, they're not good. They're bad. Like a lot of there's some positive reviews, but honestly, there'd be pretty much positive reviews for pretty much anything. But a majority of them are like 1-star or 2-star reviews. That's bad. That's really, really bad. I'm sorry, but that is really bad. And honestly, like I said, if they don't straighten their act up, like I said, they're gonna probably lose a good chunk of their content creators because other people are going to start making platforms like YouTube, and they're going to be screwed. They need to like course correct and change everything, and all that, and they need to change their ways, or otherwise a lot of people are going to leave it, And I'm just saying, like I said, that's just how bad it is. I mean, I'll probably keep my content on the platform, but I'm probably thinking about going to like putting some of my content on other platforms too, because of how bad some of this is getting, But that's the thing, though. I'm like, people are starting to leave it already. People are going to, like, other platforms because of how bad it's getting, Like, you're only going to push your audience so far. And that's the thing, though. They're pushing them way too far. But, yeah, I don't know. But I'm about ready to let things go from here. But before I do that, I want to, again, show you guys what I mean by how long this stuff was here. Let me show you. Hopefully the paper doesn't actually run away on me here. But check that out. See all the bad there? I know my writing's not the greatest here. I mean, I was kind of writing this I've been kind of like writing in a hurry lately. I'm trying to like work on that, but you can see here all the see how I messed up 5 down there and all that, number 5 right there. But that just shows you again how many problems, there could be even more of them I haven't even mentioned. But the fact that there's like 7 big problems, and again these problems are massive and affect the platform, that's not very good. But I wanted to review this because I reviewed other ones. I wanted to get this one out of the way here. So with that said, though, I'm going to go ahead and let things go from here. I'll see you all later. Have a wonderful day, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.